Welcome back to Make Money Online. Today we'll be looking at the big miracle we're expecting to happen on the part of XRP. The price of XRP rose from 22 cents by about 50% to up about 33 cents. This is a breath of relief on the minds of XRP investors who believe that something marvelous could still pop up despite the lawsuit. Several predictions were suggesting that there is no end in sight to the lows that XRP's price was experiencing. The price fell from as high as 70 cents, which was the highest it has risen in 3 years. The world's fastest growing cryptocurrency was going through quite the rough patch. The onset of the lawsuit saw the coin take quite the tumble, prompting a massive sellout and delisting by certain exchanges. And it seemed like the sun would never shine again over the crypto. At least, not for a while. Skepticism was brewing in the market as to how long the coin would linger in the fall zone. At first, XRP did not show any sign of actually joining the other altcoins in the rallies when it fell to about 43 cents, and then to 31 cents, and then to 24 cents before settling at 22 cents. We're pretty sure that people had resigned and were not anticipating a real rise in its value. Some publications had already gone out and said the low price might even last as long as the case itself. But here's the thing. XRP is a bank project and it can break $2 at any time. And this is not speculation, but market strength. There are many institutions behind XRP and they are powerful forces to value and show their strength in the market. It's worth remembering that there is no miracle, but investors' interests and their image. Another aspect is the valuation attached to Bitcoin and the price appreciated in fiat currencies that stimulates the purchase. Volatility makes XRP hard to predict, and there's no sure predictive price level that a digital coin will attain in a few hours, let alone about making long-term forecasts. But we do this while holding out on the hopes that the price of XRP will see a potential increase as time progresses. XRP is predicted to attain efficiency in speeding up transactions and alleviating the cost of a transaction, which will attract more and more users. With the existing price range of 30 cents to 31 cents, it is projected to undergo a meteoric rise, especially if it closes consecutively at above 31 cents. This could cause a rise of up to 47 cents. This chart shows the potential of XRP to break through a new resistance line set at 38 cents as it aims for a possible high of 46 cents. Ripple is ready to go higher because the price bounced from support zone and probably can reach resistance level soon. The price can break it and go up to the resistance zone. This chart shows the potential of XRP for a major swing to form around our upper trend line to consider it valid and then buy on its break upward, which is exactly what happened. XRP formed a third swing around the red trend line, so it's now valid, but not necessarily ready to buy yet. XRP was expected to attract buyers by breaking above the upper gray area at around 25 cents. The trigger was expected to be after a momentum candle close above the gray area. You can see here the rich bomb or orange dot setup formed, which now adds more confluence to our buy setup in this case. If the price breaks above the gray area, we can expect an explosive move upward. The gray area was set at 24 cents at a time when XRP's price was a mere 2 cents below that value. The price now at 31 cents shows the chart could have been more optimistic of XRP's potential. We believe that we can count on the interesting relationship XRP's ledger has with transactions involving other cryptocurrencies. If XRP can successfully be used to this effect, its price could very well be influenced by the activities of other crypto, that is, their sellouts or buy-ins. Because XRP will be used for every transaction in and out involving all cryptocurrencies. A fall in the price of these cryptos will trigger a high. This chart shows the price trend of Bitcoin against USD. The top trend is broken out instead of starting in strong momentum at a large percentage level slightly above the downtrend. The range lies above a downtrend that can act as a sort of support for an upward boost towards a fairly large percentage of gains. The price was maintained for a while as the volatility subsided and the trend line broke, thereby returning to the descending channel. We're still holding out for a percentage rise in XRP's trend as we dive deeper into 2021. We think that a major move of the crypto could happen following the SEC lawsuit, as the price has shown us that notwithstanding the heat from the regulatory body of the SEC, XRP's fanbase can find joy in its return to a new high following its most recent dip. Having bought so much into the XRP dip, some might be looking to offload some of it in the crypto market at a slightly higher price than they bought. As we move further into 2021, XRP is expected to attract some heavy investment from institutional investors, whose announcement will lead to a major boost in the price of XRP. As XRP against USD has shown up before with the bear flag that confirmed bearishly to the downside and already reached the targets, if you did not see this analysis already, I highly recommend you do. XRP against USD has now somewhat recovered within the structure and is building an interesting formation on the local time frame perspective here. Interesting also because of trading aspects. Therefore, we detected all the important levels and likely outcomes we should consider. Overall, XRP against USD has formed a good formation out of trading aspects, and this formation can be either traded aggressively with immediate entry or conservatively with entry after confirmation. Although the aggressive entry is also possible here, the conservative one will be much smarter, as it will point to the final setup to move on with. When XRP USD reaches the lower targets, it has to elevate how it will move on from there, and if there comes a possible stabilization that cannot be passed away, or XRP USD sets up to form further bearish movements. For now, we should consider the head and shoulder formation coming up, and when this happens, it will be an interesting development. This chart shows an updated analysis of XRP USD. We're looking at the hourly time frame perspective, the recent events, the established formational structure, and what we can expect within the upcoming time. As expected within the previous analysis, XRP USD fully completed the head and shoulder formation bearishly to the downside and reached the lower targets rightly within the schedule. Now, as these conclusions showed up, XRP USD initially bounced within the target zone to the upside. Now we discover the underlying edges that will determine the upcoming outcomes. Therefore, we're looking at all the important levels and likely destinies. We can watch there how XRP against USD moved to the upside after reaching the projected head and shoulder target zone. This initial upside bounce now moved into the remaining resistances marked in my chart with the red box where XRP has several important resistances, also established by the previous neckline and the descending resistance line. This is why we can expect a pullback to show up here, moving into the lower zones again and testing the support line there. In this case, XRP USD is expected to continue with the pullback till there is support found, in which it can stabilize and back up again to test remaining resistances anew. This will likely happen within the confirmation bounce marked in the chart in blue. Taking all these factors into consideration, XRP has some good potential to form a possible reversal within the structure. Therefore, XRP USD must manage to bounce decisively within the confirmational bounce as it's marked in the chart. Because if this does not happen and XRP USD moves below it, the bearishness will continue. First, however, when XRP USD manages to bounce within the structure and move above the descending resistance line, it will activate the bullish continuation and testing of remaining resistances lying higher in the structure. After that, the next conclusions can be made and a possible continuation fully elevated. It will be an interesting journey ahead. There are a lot of events today that we think will lead to an explosion of XRP's price in 2021. The number of banks that are using Ripple's technology to offer better financial products is expected to continue to rise as more banks are expected to join the moving train in deploying Ripple's payment solutions. And this means a great number of subscribers to each bank's services will automatically be using Ripple XRP as they conduct monetary transactions in their businesses and for cross-border transfers. This is one of the major factors that reinforce XRP's continued stance in the market, and it's only going to get better. XRP is supported by banks such as Santander, Royal Bank of Canada, American Express, Westpac, and others. And Ripple has obtained the support of some of the biggest names in the investment sector, showing that many believe in a strong Ripple forecast. The run of Bitcoin up to this moment has given investors hope in other forms of cryptocurrencies that they too will one day experience a major boost. The rise of Ethereum also gave some more encouragement, hence the reason for the optimism of analysts who have predicted a significant bull run for XRP in 2021 and the years that follow. The speculation that XRP can explode in 2021 is pretty much in focus. It has to happen because of a major spectacular event, which may include an actual win against the SEC in court. It's believed that favorable economic and market conditions will cause the shift in the value of a rapidly advancing cryptocurrency. It will become more costly to obtain XRP as time progresses, and that means the exchange rates will be higher too. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Do you think this could be the best time to invest in Ripple XRP? Let us know in the comments below. See you next time.
Hollywood car